cruisers in one southern Kentucky county are making a statement. They say it's their way of responding to recent violence against officers.
It was an escape carried out movie style. Coming up, we'll show you how 2 inmates broke out of a Louisville jail.
Coming up, we'll tell you about a brand new program in a Moorhead school designed to keep children active.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam, Dick, and Amber Philpott reporting. A Southern Kentucky Sheriff's Office wants to send a message in the wake of recent violence against police officers.
The sheriff in Laurel County has a new decal he says he used his own money to buy for the department's cruisers. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has more from London. It's our top story at 4:30.
The death last weekend of Trooper Ponder, as well as violence against other law officers, has deeply impacted police all over this country. And the sheriff here in Laurel County says that the sticker that's right here is just one way that they can spread some morale among the law enforcement community. It's an "In God We Trust" decal that is on the front fenders of all the marked police cruisers. Root says he paid for the decals for the vehicles himself. He says many agencies are putting items like this on their cruisers.
When God We Trust is the national motto, so to say, especially like on currency. And I know there's certain people that's probably not going to like it. I've never seen nobody come out, and bring something up that somebody's 100% for. But it's just like the currency. If those people don't like that, they don't need to be carrying currency around, is the way I feel about it.
And another event tonight will take place in London at 6 o'clock, an event called Blue Lives Matter in response to the violence against police officers. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Sheriff Root says deputies have the option of not having the decal on their cruiser, but says so far the response has been positive.
A man is in jail accused of attacking another man with a knife and throwing him off a balcony. Police say that Gregory Niles attacked the man Sunday and threw him over a 3rd-story railing, causing the victim to break his back. Niles was arrested yesterday on Hollow Creek Road. He'll be arraigned today on an assault charge. We're also tracking a crime alert after an early morning break-in at a Lexington gas station. Someone broke into the Shell station at New Circle and North Broadway about 6:30 this morning. The robber broke out a side window to get in. Police say the thief got away with some cigarettes. The business owner is reviewing the surveillance cameras.
It was an escape straight out of the movies. 2 Kentucky inmates are now back in custody. The Louisville Metro Department of Corrections says Christopher Cornelius and Matthew Johnson escaped by tying sheets together and climbing down from the roof. Authorities say the pair made their escape during a work detail. Both men were in jail for possession of heroin. Cornelius was arrested overnight and Johnson was caught early this morning. It is another picture-perfect day out there in the bluegrass with some mild temperatures and a lot of sunshine.
And it's just going to continue for the next few days. At least that's what our man over here, Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey, is saying, because I don't forecast the weather you do, so I'm going with what you say.
Yeah, we're going to continue to look good, as you mentioned, for the next couple of days. Then we get closer to that weekend, some changes start to show up. That good-looking, deep blue September sky currently showing up into Lexington, a little more in the way of some cloud cover. You see some shadows here into parts of southeastern Kentucky, and those clouds not as prominent as what we were talking about yesterday, kind of bubbling up into the heart of the afternoon and beginning to diminish. Temperatures mid and upper 70s across much of the eastern half of Kentucky, upper 70s into sections of the bluegrass region. Fall arrives early tomorrow morning. You'll wake up to fall, and it's a great looking start to our brand new season. Pleasant temperatures roll on, though as we get closer to the weekend, showers may try to inch a little closer to the bluegrass state and coming at us in reverse, guys. We'll track those when I come back in a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. It's a program designed to fight childhood obesity by keeping children active.
WKYT's Mike Linden has more on a Kentucky elementary school that's using Go Noodle.
Just kidding!
Inside McBrayer Elementary School in Moorhead, students are being active in a unique way.
1, 2, 3, sing it!
It's an educational program called Go Noodle.
What Go Noodle is a suite of online physical activity breaks that can be done inside the classroom. The nice thing about them is they are all between 2 and 5 minutes long, so they don't take a lot of time outside of the classroom to do.
Co-sponsored by Passport Health Plan and St. Clair Regional Medical Center, school officials say Go Noodle is not only fighting childhood obesity, but it's familiar to kids.
We're hoping because it is active and kids are up moving that they still get that sense of wanting to play a video game through Go Noodle because it is active.
Principal Banks says adding Go Noodle to the school's curriculum has led to more healthy and active students, which in turn has led to higher attendance numbers. She says that over the past year and a half, the attendance rate hasn't dropped below 95%.
Students are required to use Go Noodle at least twice a day. Teachers can choose between active programs like Math Marathon or a calming program like Flow.
The biggest benefit that we see is that kids are active and they're going home and wanting to be active at home as well with using the Go Noodle at home.
In Rowan County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Now that looks like a lot of fun. School officials say along with Go Noodle, students prefer healthier snack choices for birthdays. Instead of cookies and cake, students are actually opting for healthier choices like peanut butter and pretzels and tomatoes and celery. How about that?
Go Noodle.
Yeah, Go Noodle. New report shows fewer children in Kentucky died from abuse and neglect last year.
As Colin Mayfield reports, doctors say education and legislation both help, but there is still room for improvement.
The latest report from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services shows Kentucky is still among the top 10 worst states for child abuse, with 10 children dying from abuse and neglect and another 32 suffering life-threatening injuries.
It does break every socioeconomic barrier, so it can be in any family, any household.
While one death is too many, the number is down significantly from 2007 when Kentucky led the nation in child abuse deaths with 41. Health professionals say education is one reason for that decline.
From an article in Pediatrics that showed a 50% reduction in abusive head trauma when families were educated with the new baby before they leave the hospital. So I think we're seeing less deaths, but we are also seeing an increase in reports.
According to U.S. Health and Human Services, the leading cause of death is abusive head trauma or shaken baby syndrome in children less than a year old, which Fraser says usually coincides with the time when babies cry the most.
Babies cry, and sometimes they cry a lot, and you may not always be able to get the baby to calm down, and that's okay.
Dr. Fraser admits that strides in legislation with the passage of 2 House bills mandating training on child abuse have taught people what signs of abuse might look like and what to watch for, prompting them to do something earlier.
Children usually do not die or nearly die from the first time that they're abused. It tends to be a cycle of abuse over and over.
Hospitals throughout Louisville, including at Norton Healthcare, already offer training on new babies, which Fraser thinks is an idea that should spread to every facility in the state.
And Dr. Fraser also cautioned parents to do research before leaving their child with someone. If a child you know is being abused, you should report it by calling 1-877-KY-SAFE-1.
This weekend, you can make a difference and help raise money for Alzheimer's care, support, and research right here in Lexington.
Deanne Stevens is out and about at the Fayette County Courthouse with more on that. Hey, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here at the beautiful Courthouse Plaza, downtown Lexington, preparing for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. It is this coming Saturday. It is not too late for you to get signed up. You can either do that online or show up here at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning and be a part of the walk. Donna Renfro is with us, and Donna, you have a very personal reason for being a part of this weekend.
Yes, both my mother, Chartorn's, my husband's parents, they all had Alzheimer's, and we were caretakers for all of them.
You know how difficult that life is to not only be the helper in that, but for your folks who are living with that too.
Well, yeah. And so my mom, who always took care of me, all of a sudden, I had to take care of her.
A lot of people struggle with Alzheimer's. You too can come out and support what's happening here this weekend. Chartorn Renfro, yes. You are writing on the purple flower. Tell us what the purple flower means.
I've been a caregiver for all 3 of these folks. My mother-in-law, who lived with us for a while, and then my parents both had dementia of some sort. We're not exactly sure it was Alzheimer's, but we're they had dementia, and that's part of all of the overencompassing Alzheimer's projects.
When you come out here on Saturday and you see these names and you see the many people who come out to support the End to Alzheimer's, the Walk to End Alzheimer's, talk a bit about that. And it has to be emotional for you.
It is. It's extremely gratifying to see the number of people who come out, but there are so many people who have been touched by Alzheimer's. Almost every family in some way or another has been touched with Alzheimer's disease. So the numbers are sometimes overwhelming, and the amount of folks who caregive, it's extremely important for those folks also to remember to take care of themselves.
Right. Well, families can come out here, caregivers, your kids, make it a family event on Saturday, 9 o'clock, kicking things off. Lauren, Ashley Pope, and Lisa, both with us. This is a big deal for the Alzheimer's Association, and you want to invite folks now.
Yes, we want everyone to come out and support us on Saturday. This is a family event, so bring everybody out to support the Alzheimer's Association. I always say if you don't love someone with Alzheimer's, you will. This is a great way to get involved and learn about what we have to offer. And the Promise Garden ceremony is my favorite part of Walk.
Each color of the flower represents something. What is it?
Yes, everyone who comes out gets a flower that means something to them. So orange means I support the cause and vision of the Alzheimer's Association. Blue means I have Alzheimer's. Yellow means I'm a caregiver, and purple means I've lost someone to Alzheimer's. So we'll ask everyone to come together, bring their flower to our Promise Garden ceremony, and we'll have representatives asked to lead the crowd. And it's amazing when you look out and thousands of people are raising their flowers to show that together we're a community, we're here to support each other, and you're not alone.
Beautiful sight to see. Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. Come on out and be a part of the Walk to End Alzheimer's. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at Courthouse Plaza. Back to you guys.
Deanne, thank you. From walking to running, get ready to lace up your running shoes and race for a cure and help fight breast cancer. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. To help try and lessen that number and find a cure, Lexington will hold its annual Race for the Cure. This year's race is Saturday, October 3rd in downtown Lexington at 9 a.m. Thousands of runners will take to the streets to help find a cure. And the Pink Out Festival will be held this Thursday from 2 to 8 p.m. at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. You can register for the race, or you can pick up your race packet and t-shirt. And you can also register online at ColemanLexington.org. Sam and I will both be down there on October 3rd, so we hope to see you as well.
Always a very special time. A major league moment for the cast of an CBS series and a low point for the Emmys.
Suzanne Marquez explains in Your Eye on Entertainment.
It was a big night at the Emmys, but not so big in the ratings. Just under 12 million viewers tuned in for Sunday's award show. That's down more than 20% from last year and the smallest Emmy audience on record. In New York, an all-star cast walked the red carpet for the premiere of The Intern. Robert De Niro stars in this dramatic comedy as a retired widower who decides to start over as an intern.
Hi, Jules. I'm Ben, your new intern.
I'm glad you also see the humor in this. Anne Hathaway is his skeptical boss who learns age has its advantages. The Intern arrives in theaters on Friday. Here in Los Angeles, Dodger Stadium welcomed the cast of the new CBS series Code Black. Marcia Gay Harden threw out the first pitch. And her co-star Raza Jaffrey sang the national anthem.
You walk through the doors of this place and there's something so wonderfully family about it straight away. So warm and generous, it just feels fantastic to be here.
The series debuts on CBS September 30th. And that's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Really nice time of year when if you can be outside for an extended period of time, do so, because it's just so great to enjoy.
What are we doing inside?
I know.
Oh, Chris, can you get us out of here one of these days, Chris? It's so pretty out there.
You know, if I had that much power, I would be outside myself right now, guys. You guys could just follow suit if that were the case. A little bit of cloud cover, eastern Kentucky. Overall, though, another very nice weather day that is just about to wrap up. Final full day of summertime in Kentucky. Nothing on Defender. A little bit of cloud cover out there across especially eastern Kentucky. Not as prominent as what we had yesterday. A lot of the deeper moisture is across the eastern slopes of the Appalachian Mountains. Should stay there for the next few days, but indications by the end of the week and into the weekend and some of that juice is going to try to creep back to the west. So going against the grain with the rain chances by the weekend. We'll break that down in greater detail coming up a little later.
Chris, thank you. A daredevil granny and a cheerleader with a tight grip. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
Oh, I love this. A 94-year-old Topeka woman made her birthday wish come true by zip lining. Friends and family of Eleanor Parnell gathered at a Topeka park to celebrate her courageous act. Employees there blew up 94 white and purple balloons in honor of her favorite team, Kansas State. Now, despite just having knee surgery, she went through with it, saying that she has a wild streak in her. There she goes. Some other wild things she's done in the past. She flew down the Heartland Park Speedway in a drag race car last year at 120 miles per hour and rode in a hot air balloon the year before that. She's having a good time.
That's what keeps her young. The Iowa Hawkeyes won Saturday's game on a last-second field goal, but it was on the sidelines where the real action happened as the football players ran off the field in a wild celebration. Some of the cheerleaders were in the wrong place at the wrong time. First, it was one to go down, then a second, and then a third. But while football players are taught to hold on to the ball, those cheerleaders are taught something else.
Saw Lexi get demolished by some football players, and she was underneath the bottom of the pile.
Our #1 rule is you never drop your palms, so hold on to those babies the whole time.
There you go. Of all the players that happen to be 310-pound Jaleel Johnson, who weighs almost more than 3, trampled and dancers combined, no one was seriously hurt. Yeah, he just took them down, but you know what? Got to keep those pom-poms at all times. Very important.
They're very lucky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Much more to come now at 5 o'clock on WKYT.